January 1st, day 366. It would be funny if I did this on a leap year. So, still haven't decided one way or another what I'm gonna do. Still sound like I got, well, I don't know. I feel like I sound more like me today than I have the last few days. I can eat food and it doesn't feel like razor blades in my throat. I still can't taste anything. I can get textures and temperatures. That's about it. Sometimes I get like I get like partial flavors. Cinnamons, vanillas, cocoa. I get a little bit of those. Lemon, but not lime. Been fever free for over 24 hours now. So we're both doing better. I think we might be out of the woods, and we're on the back side of COVID. As soon as I am able, I will get the booster. The booster. I've already had one booster. It's chilly out here. I'm still weak. This is gonna kick my ass, but I'm gonna do it anyway. What am I gonna do? I don't know. But I felt like doing yoga, and I do yoga every day. Why don't I keep doing yoga every day? More importantly, I wanted to talk about some things that I've learned. There are I suppose there are two categories. There's big picture and little picture. Little picture things. Little picture. My thoracic mobility. All the vertebrae that have ribs attached to them, that's the thoracic spine. Those guys, they like to go this way. They like to go this way, right? That's where all your twisting comes. You reach in the back seat of your car. That's all your thoracic vertebrae. And they get stiff really fast. Typing or posturing, driving, right? So my thoracic vertebrae, my thoracic mobility is really great. My shoulder girdle has amazing mobility now. My hips have amazing movement and mobility now. My body awareness of asana practice is much stronger. My body awareness during martial arts practice is much stronger. And I attribute that more to yoga than to martial arts. I have a more meditative state of mind. I can chill. And I can make connections, and I can move inside that space a little bit differently because I meditate a lot every day. But this is not a brag. This is the benefits that I've found. I did not seek any of this stuff. It's just like, this is just what a daily practice has started. But big, profound differences. Wherever you go, there you are. It's so simple, and everybody thinks they know what it means. Day 365. Day 366 of my practice. It's the same. It's the same as day one. I'm outside doing yoga. The major thing that has, where's the dog? If she's not loud, she's like a toddler. If she's not making noise, she's getting into trouble. Day 366 is the same as day one, and the difference is not in the practice. The difference is me. I'm different. This is illustrated more than anything. This thing that I had that was first an idea, then a belief, and now I know it to be a truth. I say this when I teach classes. I say this a lot, and I'm doing my damnedest to live this idea. We are always changing, right? Humans are on a perpetual journey of change. We're in a permanent state of flux. And this is as true as this notion that our bodies, our physiological systems are designed to create conservation of energy, right? Just as our bodies absolutely want to hoard everything because we don't know what's around the corner and we need to be ready for it, so it's true that our minds are in a constant state of change because we don't know what's around the corner and we need to be ready for it. And we have more power over that growth than we realize. But so does everyone else. Since there have been stories told, there are people who are like, you find this line, I'm finally becoming who I want to be, not who everybody expects me to be. And you can rewrite that since you got scared. I saw that. You knocked something down. You got scared. You're okay. We can rewrite those words to have, to be written in 100 different ways, but it's the same story, right? And here's what's even better. A year from now, 2 years from now, 10 years from now, 10 days from now, it doesn't matter. You can change who you want to be. You can change who you want to be. All the time. And you don't have to, LeVar Burton, you don't have to take my word for it. Hey, here's a word from our Cassie dog. You don't have to take my word for it. Read about the neurology of the mind. Livewire, David Eagleman. Did I just quote him right? I should have gotten this. I didn't know I was going to do this. Surprise blog appears. David Eagleman. Yeah, Livewire. Go read it. He's a neurologist, so if you think I'm full of shit, go read his shit, and then you'll know I'm not full of shit. Wow. That's not exactly how I meant to make myself sound, but we're going to stick with it for now. We're in a constant change. We're in a constant state of change. And we used to say shit. Like, you go to yoga class, and some yoga teacher is like, know that when you step off your mat, you're not the same person. It's fucking true. It's totally true. Is that a dog? I think Chomps wants to come out. Give me a minute. Yeah. Come on. Oh, you little... Oh. I don't know why, but sometimes he gets oddly skittish about coming outside. Anyway. Where am I going with this? Very long vlog. Thanks. My point is, tradition, we honor tradition not to honor tradition, but because it gives us context to see where we were and who we are and who we were, where we were and who we were, and compared to where we are and who we are. You know? And having, like every morning you get up and you do 6 sun salutations, and sometimes you get up and you're like, and they're done, like nothing. It's like butter. You know, you feel physically great. You sweat. You just put mud on my face. The only dog who licks your face and mud gets on you. You get up, you do your 365, and you're just like, I feel great. And sometimes you get up and you're like, oh, I don't want to get up and do this today. You know, it gives you a benchmark. But I was thinking the other day, when I was doing day 365, and I thought, so what? Who gives a shit? Hey, don't you eat people when you stop there. Who cares? Who cares? Settle yourself down. Neighbors are allowed to exist. Who cares? Every day. Everybody gets up, everybody eats food, everybody does a thing, everybody eats some more food. We all do stuff every day. Every day without fail. So, on the one hand, maybe I'm shortchanging myself a little bit. Like, who cares? I did yoga every day for a year. Good for you, buddy. You know? I went to bed every night at the same time for a year. You know, like, is it an accomplishment? I guess it is. I don't want to undermine people who are like, congratulations, go Jay. Like, that's cool. I appreciate that support. I appreciate that support. I appreciate the support from the people whose lives have made complicated. Like, I gotta do this thing before we go out. Or, you know, I show up to somebody's house and I got my camera gear. Like, I gotta go to the beach for 20 minutes, half an hour. Because I gotta do something. Or, honey, I can't go to dinner. Let me upload and edit because I didn't do it this morning. Like, I've gotten a lot of support from people. And I appreciate that. But, you know, it's just another day in the life, isn't it? It's just another day in the life. Basic training was 8 weeks. That felt like an accomplishment. An amazing accomplishment compared to 365. And that was a year. I'm rambling right now quite a bit, but my point is, it is what it is, you know? It's not life-changing. I am life-changing. I am life-changing. You are life-changing. We are all life-changing. Every moment of every day, we make decisions and we're changing our lives and other people's lives every day. And the assumptions we make about life being this thing, I'm filthy. And, and then you have a life-changing event. It's like, no, life is like this thing. And you have life-changing events within it. But we have some tight assumptions that need to be expanded. I finished my 365 with a lyric from The Who. This song is over. It's all behind me. Our love is done now. And it sounds sad at first, and it's not to me. That's another assumption we make, you know? People who do yoga because they want the fitness. Why don't... Like it doesn't have to go anywhere. Like, I didn't get more fit necessarily. I'm not like chiseled because I did chaturangas every day for a year. But I do enjoy doing them every day. And that's enough. That's enough right there. That's it. That's it. I like it. But within that idea of this expectation of the journey, like our journeys have an end or a goal, you fall in love with somebody like, hey, I love you, and they're like, hey, I love you. And then like we stop, once that new relationship energy, NRE, is over, and that's another scientific phenomenon, where you get all kinds of brain soup that make you be like, whoa! You like 10 years later, you're like, I'm just not in love with Eve anymore. When I see her, the stars do not sing my name. When she looks into my eyes, my heart no longer soars amongst the clouds. It's like, you wanker, like, it's your fault. Well, I mean, it's her fault too, but it's also your fault because love is not work. Right, that's the other thing. People are like, oh my God, you work so hard to make your relationship. Fuck, no. Relationships are opportunities for joy and happiness. Relationships are opportunities for involvement and experiences. You have a person in your life that you love, whether it's a friend that you love or a lover that you love, right? Every day you have an opportunity to fall in love with them again. Every day you can look at them with new eyes and be like, my God, my heart sings when I see you. Every day you do an asana practice, it can be like a brand new experience every time, you know? It's not work. It's opportunities for joy and love and laughter and experiences. Except dog shit on the carpet. That's I guess that's an opportunity to experience a clean carpet afterwards. Thanks, Cassie, for the learning moment. Every day is a chance to love that person new. It's a chance to love yourself new and improved, different. Every time I do downward facing dog, I try to feel it for what it is. I'm not like, oh, I know this posture. Yeah. I look at it like, what is it right now? What's great about it? I was doing it in a sling, right? 3-point sling. My arm was stuck to my body, and I was trying to do downward facing dog. I was like, what does my downward facing dog look like now? It looks like this. How do I make it good? How do I make it serve me? How do I make it have pleasure and joy and happiness in my life? This is not a result of 365. This is not a result of doing yoga every day. This is a result of where my decisions have taken my person. And in some cases, my practice of doing yoga every morning outside was because of that journey, and some days it was that journey, right? But where I am right now is a culmination of a whole bunch of things, right? Remember, this is life, right? It's not here, it's here, right? And my life is in here, and your life is in here. Like, we're all in here. I get to many ways of thinking by looking at asana practice and looking out, and then comparing that to outside of asana practice, or rather comparing asana practice to non-asana practice, like how postures that don't feel good equates to arguments or subjects you don't want to approach with another person. And then I do the opposite. Like, if I have a subject I need to tell, if I say I got to talk to somebody about something, well, you're like, do you remember that? Did you remember that cheesecake that you put in the fridge? You told me not to touch it because it was really important. You wanted to bring it to Billy's house as a graduation present. I ate it. I'm sorry, but I ate Billy's cheesecake, right? I made this up just now. There's no cheesecake, there's no Billy. But if there's subjects that I want to talk to somebody about that are uncomfortable and I'm hesitant to, and I can look to what asana practice has taught me about that. And the translation is not perfect, because initially, if I think about it, if there's a posture I don't want to do, I just don't do it. But that doesn't mean I avoid the conversation. So this is breaking up a little bit. But trust me, it kind of works. I'm just not sure how it works right now. I've been doing it for a year, okay? So I know it works. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to go back to Billy's cheesecake. Let's just leave that alone. Where am I going with any of this? 2022 is just a number. It's a date that we assigned to a hunk of time to describe our nugget spinning around a ball of fiery gas in the vast cosmos of friggin' space. It is not evil. It is not an overlord. It is not trying to control anybody. 2021, 2020 are not responsible for doing anything. So just cut it out. Cut it out. This puppy. Give me the toy. That's all I want. My whole life is a toy. People are all like, I'm gonna buy into 2022 so it can't do us any harm. That's bullshit. You're putting your energy in the... I'm so muddy. I'm so gross. You're putting all your energy in the wrong thing. Don't assign blame to 2022 or 2020 or 2021 for anything. It's a date. It's nothing. Our actions are everything. Our intentions are everything. Our unspoken expectations cause so much friggin'... If I wasn't supposed to eat the cheesecake, why did nobody tell me not to eat the cheesecake? I didn't know. You know? If somebody puts a cheesecake in my fridge, they gotta tell me that that's Billy's cheesecake. Don't eat it. Unspoken expectations, our intentions, our actions. 2022 is what it's gonna be. 365 days of us going around a flaming day star that we call the sun. Couldn't do that this morning. I would have just coughed and choked myself. It's just a date. A lot of people are like, 2021 was a flaming bag of shit inside the dumpster fire. That is 2020. I don't see it. My 2021 was great. I'm probably on camera covered in mud. I look great. I started really building my yoga practice out in the world. I started teaching yoga professionally. Like people want to learn yoga from me. Jesus. It's such a heartfelt moment. Leave it to Cassie to bring it right back to reality. She's like, bleh. Here's a gross, muddy dog toy. People want to learn from me. That's amazing. It's humbling. It's a responsibility. It makes me want to really know what I'm talking about all the time. And be honest when I don't. Just let somebody know, hey, I don't know, I'll find out. 2021 was a good year, and I do not see what was terrible about it. It was not a good year for everybody. But even within those things that I... Alrighty. I don't know what I'm in as far as the frame goes. I was on a heck of a roll, and SD card was full. Then the app won't connect to the camera anymore. 10 straight minutes. So I talked for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then I spent 10 minutes with technical difficulties, which is a laugh riot, because it's been the #1 pain in the ass for me doing 365 has been technical difficulties. Either battery's not performing very well, or the camera app is shit for GoPro, and it connects 1/5 of the time. It's still not connecting. The connection is on, and Bluetooth is on, and Wi-Fi is on, and the camera is on, and the camera's recording, and the app is still telling me, no, we can't connect. So I'm sure this framing is good. I'm ready for my close-up. No idea what's gonna happen for yoga. What I was trying to say was, shitty things happen to people all the time. All the time. Has nothing to do with the year. Placing blame on the year takes... That's a loss. That's a net loss for you. To sit there and say, 2020 was not my year. 2021 was not my year. That's fucking bullshit. Every year is our year. Every year is our year. Don't blame the calendar. Get a fucking notebook and write some notes. Start a journal. Seriously. Go to the dollar store and get a journal and start writing some shit down and start paying attention to patterns in behavior and decision making in events. Say your boss fires you and like 2020 wasn't my year. No. Just because somebody fired you does not mean 2020 was a bad year. It means you got fired. And you can find out why. You know, your boss was a jerk, or you were a terrible worker, or something completely out of everybody's control. Like, seriously, don't give your agency away. Here's the thing. You ready for this mind-blowing shit? People say things like, I don't want the responsibility of whatever. Responsibility is not a burden. Responsibility is the freedom to direct things your way. My career right now is my own. I work for myself, and if it goes wrong, it's myself. I don't think that's a strong enough explanation. Responsibility is not the burden that people make it out to be. I blame it on technical difficulties. It's about my responsibility that I lost my thread. Must have not been a strong thread. What I'm trying to say is when you sit there and you say something like 2020 was not my year, 2021 was not my year, and I turn around and I'm like, take responsibility for what happened, and people are like, I don't want that responsibility. The truth is, by taking that responsibility doesn't necessarily mean that you're at fault. Responsibility is a way to empower yourself to change things to the way that you want them to be. Take eating out at, dinner. You have a partner of some kind, and you're like, where would you go? Well, where do you want to go? And they're like, I don't know, anything's fine. And now you're both sitting there, neither of you wants to choose. It's like, you don't think of it as whatever I choose might make them unhappy. Think of it as whatever I choose is whatever I want to fucking eat. Period. You take this responsibility for choosing, and if you make this choice and they're like, oh, that's a terrible thing, tough shit, buddy. You had an opportunity, you gave me that responsibility, and I took it. Make 2022 the year of you choosing what restaurant to go to and not being one bit upset when your significant other or your partner or whomever it is that you're with gets cranky pants because you didn't choose their favorite restaurant. Do that for yourself. Choose. Make the choice. See responsibility not as a burden. Well, I'm responsible, therefore if it goes wrong, it's my fault. No, that's not what that is. We've been conditioned to think that. Fuck that noise. Responsibility is an opportunity to make something happen. Something good. Responsibility is an opportunity to make something bright and shining come into the world that other people can take joy from. It's getting colder out here. I'm going to do some asana practice. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what it's going to look like. I'm not going to include it in this blog. I'll probably include just a little piece of it. And then I'm going to fade out. I'm going to fade with me doing yoga. It's exactly what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fade as Cassie runs up and jams a mud-soaked toy in my face. That's what I'm going to do. I don't know how this is going to look because I still can't see. Let's see. Might be okay. Oh my God. Seriously. You You have a little shovel somewhere? You just put mud everywhere? Oh, wait a minute. Before I fade out, right before we have a fade out with me doing yoga in the background, right? Thanks for coming in here, right? Thanks for being along for the ride. More to come, more great stuff. This is gonna be my year. I'm just joking. Give a guy a minute. Dogs have no idea what personal space is. Cassie, back off. Sit. Sit. Good girl. See you around. See you on the flip side. Namaste.